Hey viewers, welcome to Vedic Astrology. Once again, I'm Vanita Lenka. I'm a Vedic astrologer, a Sidereal Zodiac that I use to predict. And today I'm going to be talking about Mars's getting retrograde in the sign of Gemini from the 30th of October till the 13th of November. It's going to be getting demoted in the sign of Taurus. I will be making a separate video of the same. But today I'm going to be discussing how this impact of Mars in the sign of Gemini in retrogression going to get us all at. And as you know, we are in the eclipse zone, and one eclipse just got over and we are heading to another one also during this due course when Mars is in Gemini sign. It is in trine to the eclipse zone, so it is a very important and a crucial time for all of us. So how is it going to be? I will be sharing for the 12 ascendants or moon sign or the dasha sign. It means your Lagna Rashi, your Chandra Rashi, or the dasha that you're in, you make that your ascendant. Suppose you are in Mars's dasha and Mars is in Cancer sign for you in your natal chart. So make Cancer your ascendant and see where this transit is happening or the other planet's transit is happening. So this is in your 12th house. So this is going to be a very important one for you if you are in Cancer rising, as per the dasha. Also, you must pay attention to a couple of things before getting into this video, that how you can yourself check this transit. Number one, you have to see the natal position of your Mars. Then you have to see the degrees. At 1 degree or 24 minutes, this Mars is turning retrograde. So any planet in these degrees are going to feel the impact. 6-8 relationship, 2-12 relationship, 4-10 relationship, be it in the same sign. So very important. The next thing that you have to see is the nakshatra, that is Mrigasira nakshatra. If you have any planet in Mrigasira, then this impact is going to be felt even more. Any planet, irrespective of its placement from this particular, obviously it has to be in the same sign, but any planet. So when Mars is ingressing in Mrigasira, is going to be turning retrograde in demotion. It's completed the span in Taurus, going back. So it's like it's not a very comfortable position. But when any planet which is malefic turning retrograde, it has a different impact on everyone. Also, one must understand that a malefic planet can also become a very benefic planet, and a benefic planet can become a malefic planet as well. Why? Because, the malefic planet is required if you are a soldier fighting on the war front. So it means that, this Mars has to be really very strong to save and protect your nation. In case you are a teacher and you have a Jupiter, which is a very benefic planet, but is retrograde or is not in a good condition. So this teacher is not going to be a good teacher, or maybe is not understood well. So we must also, consider this is not fatalistic, and we should not, and these planets and the signs and the houses, these are all indications, and the predictive, these are all indications. We have to read between lines what exactly they are trying to convey to us. And in case you are feeling that, the result of the planets are not matching up with yours, it is because the events don't take place on the very same day of the transits. It takes a little time actually, and you're not born on the very same minute when your horoscope is erected. It could be that, you were born and the time was not noted correctly. It can also be that, the time of conception is important in your chart, in your case. Or it could be that some people take conception, some people say the first cry, some people say the head visibility. So the chart erected at that particular time when you were born, the timing cannot be the same. So that is why maybe it is not happening the same very minute or the moment when it is happening. So please be a little more receptive to the readings. And for your personalized reading, you can book a reading slot now for the month of January 2023, because all the slots are taken before that. And if at all you want to seek help, advice, remedies, so you can look at it, this reading. I have a very broad overview about the horoscope. I explain the horoscopes also very well first, and then I jump into the reading, the predictive. So you will not regret, I'm sure, and you will not regret subscribing this channel also. So let's start with this video on Mars's ingress in the sign of Gemini in retrogression. So here, what is happening? Mars was in the sign of Gemini. I've already made the video of the same, that it was in Gemini sign from the 16th of October until the 13th of November. It's going to be here. Mars is going to turn retrograde on the 30th of October and is going to be turning direct only in the month of January 2023 in Taurus sign. And in Taurus sign, it's going to be till 13th of March, and then again, it will be finally moving into the sign of Gemini. So Mars, as you all know, is the planet of action. Mars is the planet of power, strength, courage, aggression, and measures our ability to project force in life. Mars is necessary to give us energy, independence, and also it is our confidence. It is our passion. It's our real interest. Where your interest lies, we have to see as the position of Mars in your natal horoscope. And this is also going to be giving you that goal setting and the accomplishment of the goal as well, determination. If there's no determination, there is no ability to accomplish your goals that you have set in your life. So Mars becomes very, very essential planet. Mars is also, a very fierce planet, undoubtedly. It is also aggression, competition, arguments, conflict, and unchecked if you're not keeping a check on yourself, then this can be really, really very harmful also, because it can lead to violence, injury as well, and loss of control on oneself as well. The willpower is decided by this planet. And when we are talking about Mars, Mars is the indicator, or we can say significator of siblings, brothers, enemies, injuries, and it's logical and science also. That is why we say the engineers have this combination of Mars connected with Saturn. So they opt for a profession related to engineering and anything related to logic. So what exactly is happening here? One must also understand that Mars is number 3 in the weekdays. If you see Sunday is 1, Monday is represented by Moon, it's number 2, and Mars is 3, and so on and so forth, of course. So when we talk about number 3 denotes our willpower, our courage, our ambition, our goal setting also. Now here, and it also denotes our sexual drive. We don't have that passion, we don't have that fire. It's only because of a weak Mars. So when you have sexual drive, so believe that Mars is strong. And when Mars is retrograde, so it means that it is going to be behaving like Mercury, more like Mercury. It said so in the classic text. And rather than, showing your anger, agitation, or too much of energy outside, or too much of straightforwardness in the Gemini sign, especially, your communication wise, you're very straightforward or blunt, sarcastic. But when it is in retrogression, it can form a lot of communication gaps. It can lead to aggression, which is passive aggression. You're not able to project that aggression, or you're not able to show the aggression to people. You're going to be keeping it latent. But at the same time, this is very good time to introspect what are, or review your goal settings. What exactly have you decided about your life, your pattern? Because this is time to understand what all the current affairs that you are dealing with, how you can deal with them properly or in a better position, in a better way. So this Mars is going to be giving you a lot of intensity, internalized intensity of emotions, and you are going to be very hesitant in taking actions, because this is the zone where Mars is getting activated in a retrograde motion. So it means that it is moving backwards to the previous sign also. So it will start giving the results of the previous sign the moment it turns retrograde. So you must see where your Taurus sign is also in your natal chart. That will decide not many things as well. So your impulses and how you can act upon them, that you have to decide when Mars is in this retrograde motion. It also in the Gemini sign, it can be that you are having your decision making stalled. You're not going to be very quick. You're going to be taking time. Travels might be a little difficult. People might be communicating in a very different manner. They are unable to say what they are feeling inside, and they are just keeping to themselves maybe. So that is also one thing which can be anticipated in Gemini sign Mars getting retrograde. See, Gemini sign and Taurus sign retrogression is definitely very different. So this is going to be leading to lack of courage also, because Mars in the sign of Gemini is it's the natural significator of the third house in the natural zodiac. So that is why it is the indicator of the third house, significator of the third house for making decisions boldly. So it's said that when it is in retrogression, you're turning more inwardly. You're not able to make decisions boldly. So that's what. But the positive thing is that it is moving away from the eclipses zone, because it is in the trine to the eclipses zone. It is giving that result of aggression and problems related to the war front even more. But now with retrogression, we are going to receive that kind of some relief also. It is definitely much better, much better phase, because when Mars is in full swing in its own zone, it's actually its own zone, though it is in the inimical sign, but it rules the third house in any which ways. So from there, it is going to be aspecting sixth house. So health, diseases, whatever you were going through, they are going to minimize. People who have been feeling a lot of negative influence or while communicating with others, getting aggressive, road rage, problems in property related matters, they're going to get better. They're going to get resolved now, because Mars is turning retrograde. Any planet turning retrograde means that it is not behaving as it should be. The significations change. Now, in your personal chart, you have to see how your Mars is. If it is in retrogression in your chart, also it is retrograde in your chart, then of course you will feel the impact even more of this Mars. All right. Good, bad, ugly definitely depends on the other factors. So it's impossible to discuss all the horoscopes right now, and all the other factors also, actually, to be, and no, I don't think so. No astrologer can do that on this planet. Anyhow, so now what is happening here is that this Mars is going to be in the, it is not going to be getting any aspect of a negative planet apart from Ketu. Ketu is also a retrograde planet, and Mars is turning retrograde. So one has to be careful while driving and all, because, this is going to lead to, we'll hear more of the air accidents, or we'll hear more about earthquakes now, because Mars is moving towards the Taurus sign, which is the earth trikona, earth sign, and Saturn is also in the earth trikona, that is the earthy trine. So that will definitely not be a good thing for the world. And otherwise, definitely things are getting better, because Mars is coming out of the zone of Ketu. So that's what. Let me show it to you. I think that'll be better. These are all live sessions, so I can change my mind anytime, I thought I'll not share with you the screen. I'll keep continuing like this and give the predictions also the same way, but I think I'll show it to you how it is. Let me see if you can see the chart or not. Let me close the camera. Yeah. So what's happening here is that Mars is turning retrograde in Gemini sign. Mars is not anywhere closer to the vicinity of Ketu though, but it is aspected by Ketu also. And also there is, when it turns retrograde, it's moving backwards in the sign of Taurus, and there is a Saturn also in the earthy sign, and Taurus is also earthy sign. So you can watch the video on the Taurus transit of Mars, of course, and also see the condition of the dispositor. That is Mercury. Mercury is going to be in the eclipse zone. It's going to be when it moves and reaches the degrees of Ketu. That is the time when you have to be careful, say after 15 days, 10 days of this transit of, retrograde Mars. So that's the time when you have to be extra careful about your relationships, about your businesses, and economy also might suffer. So one has to check all the things simultaneously. See, I use North Indian chart, so I'm making everything on the North Indian chart. But if you want me to do it, see, Mars is here and Ketu is looking. So like that, you have to see. Okay. So Saturn is also in the earthy and it moves backwards. It comes into the earthy sign. So like that. Okay. Now, let's start with the predictive, and let me share my insights on the same. So let me see. Just give me a moment. Yeah, I thought I'll just share with you okay, coming to Aries first. No editing done. Sorry about the patience that don't lose out on me, please. Okay, now for Aries natives, this transit of Mars is happening in your first house, in your third house, sorry. So now third house is about communication, about, travels also, and how you deal with your, siblings, neighbors, or any kind of problems that you were having with them, that is going to subside now, because this is in losing its power in a way. So try to communicate and convey things to them so that you are getting that kind of connectivity with them. In case you're having any kind of verbal argument or any kind of intellectual arguments also, this is going to be getting little will be giving you a lot of clarity also. Any kind of you're thinking that you're going to be getting that kind of support from others, then that is going to be missing. Your family might not be supportive of you. Your problems in the property related issues might just take a little time, but that is going to get better. Health is going to get better because Mars was looking at your sixth house from there. Now it is not. So because in retrogression, it is losing that power. So it is not going to be aspecting your sixth house, but from Taurus, it will be aspecting your fifth. So that will give health issues to your children. But yes, this is definitely a better time for your health. And anything to do with your relationships also, you're going to be forming that kind of connect. You're going to be getting that kind of equilibrium also, because Mars is coming out of the eclipse's grip, because it's moving backwards. So it was giving you a lot of situations where you were having heated arguments, or you were having a lot of verbal or intellectual arguments with each other, so in relationships especially. But now things are going to get a little better. The disputes will get resolved between your people around you. All right, so this is definitely a better time. For Taurus natives, this transit is happening in your, let me pull out the chart. So for Taurus natives, this transit is happening in your second house. This retrogression is happening in your second house, and it's going to be turning back to your first house. So you have to tone down on your energies related to heat, arguments, and also related to your communication gap with people around you. You have to be extra cautious about your expenditures now. And also this needs a lot of in case you were not able to save money, you're going to be saving money. And with relatives also, you're going to be solving the issues that you have been facing. Inheritances are going to be very much in your favor. Anything to do with your resources, you can work on that now. This is the time when you can be having some issues with your children. You'll be resolving them also in a way, because you were having from a long time when Mars was in direct motion. Now things are going to get better. It is also going to be improving your relationship with your father. Anything to do with your travels, your long journeys, they're going to be getting little better now. Like frequency is going to increase in case you were not traveling or you were just lying low. So now things are going to get better for sure. Also, there is a lot of competence, in you now, which is going to get brushed up. So use this time, make the best use of this time for enhancing yourself and your growth. All right. Coming to the next one, that is Gemini. So for Gemini, this transit is happening over your first house. You have been agitated, you have been aggravated from last few days. Since the 16th of October, things have not been in your favor. So this means that with retrogression, things are going to move towards better. Things are looking much better as far as your productivity is concerned. You might just be self-assertive, confident, and also you will be getting that kind of pathway also. There are things which are going to be helpful for you to make decisions related to your travels, short journeys, and your communication with people is going to improve. Your siblings especially, they might be moving away, or it can also be that you are now going to be purchasing that property that you have been looking for. You're not able to decide till now, you'll be able to take the decision also. Health might just be getting better because Mars was looking at directly at your 8th house. Now it is turning retrograde, so now things are getting a little better. Engineers are going to feel little comfortable because they are going to be innovative, and they're going to be, their projects or their readings are going to get approved also. For student natives also, this is a good time if they are thinking of traveling overseas for studies. Very positive time. All right. So make the best use of these energies. For Cancer people, this transit is happening over your 12th house, and Mars is going to be giving you some relief in your expenses. Too many expenses, you have been really pulling your hair out. Now, this is the time when you will be more involved in making money, or how you can have, the interest where your actions will support you. You're going to be actually putting the energy to those areas only. You're not that drive, the direction which was missing. Now, this is the time when you will be getting that drive, and you will be making decisions correctly also. From here, Mars is looking at your 3rd house, and in retrogression, it's going to be looking at your 2nd. So this will give you some accumulation of wealth, resources. You're going to be revising your direction, where you have to go. In case you are changing your perspective or changing your sources of income, take advice now. This is the time to seek the help of the experts. Anybody who has been exploiting you, now you're going to be actually feeling that relief also. You have been, if at all you have been exploiting others, this is going to be giving you some relief also. Disclaimer that these are all general interpretations. I'm not saying that in pinpointedly that you are so or you're so. It's just that it's a general view. So if at all there is something negative about any of the ascendants, it's because the traits definitely revolve around good, bad, ugly also. So we must be receptive and accepting that one's nature can be good also, and in that also there are traits, different traits which can be negative also. So you are going to be getting out of that confusion that you have been there was a blanket of a confused state of mind. Now your perspective is changing. Now your horizons are increasing. You're going to be more thoughtful. You're going to be more compassionate, and you're going to be using your power and actions now, because you have not got any good results. Expenditures have been skyrocketing. So now you will get that kind of relief for sure. For Leo people, this is the transit which is happening in your 11th house. Again, very positive for you, because this is from 11th, it's going to be in your 10th house, and it's your, after all, Yoga Karagraha, which is going to be in your 10th house. So some relief at the place of work. You'll be, you will be coming out of the turbulent times that you have been facing at the place of work. Now you're going to be meeting influential people, somebody who is going to be helping you out, and in any kind of restraint or constraint that you were feeling, you're going to be getting that, your hands are going to be, which were tied, are going to get opened, and you're going to be utilizing your power and energy and the authority that you have, because it's going to be moving towards 10th house. It's going to be Digbali also. So you're going to be working through your your practices, your involvement in the work as such. So you're going to be very committed, and you're going to be very ambitious also right now. In case you're feeling that, people are not acknowledging you, so they will definitely do that as well. And anything to do with your children, creative energies, you have to be little less harsher on your children, though you have been you have been having problems with your children or your creative stability, but now you will definitely be feeling better, and the relationship with children will also improve for sure, and health will also be getting a little better. Okay, with the passage of time, things are going to get better for sure. For Virgo natives, this transit of Mars in retrogression is happening over your 10th house, and it is going to be moving towards your 9th. So this is definitely going to change your career path. You have not been able to make decisions or make right kind of choices. You're going to be leaving the job, and you're going to be getting another one, because from here it is going to be looking at your 12th. So maybe overseas connectivity is going to increase. Anything to do with turbulence in the at the place of work, lack of connectivity with the bosses, seniors, or your colleagues, that is going to be resolved now, because it's a malefic graha after all. Getting retrograde is definitely very positive for you. And also this is going to make you more authoritative. You're going to be getting you will be getting that kind of what do you say that you'll be getting all sorts of support and acknowledgements from the seniors and the bosses. So definitely the authority figures are going to be giving you a lot of work, and you'll be getting the acknowledgement once you finish those also. So main thing is that you're getting, and then you're finishing the task as well. So this is definitely a very positive time for you. For Libra natives, this transit of Mars is going to be in your 9th house in retrogression. So it's moving backwards towards the 8th house, not to forget that. But definitely this is a considerable time for improving your situation. You will be able to perceive things in a very different manner now. It may be the time where you will be more involved, or maybe you were involved too much into religious activities. Now you're going to be more inclined towards doing things now in a very deep manner, a research-oriented mindset. They are going to be getting better, logic mind, and you're going to be making right kind of choices and decisions now. You are going to be developing your path towards accomplishing bigger goals and moving away from the place where you are right now. Maybe you're going to be traveling overseas. You're going to be making decisions related to your habits. Your pathway is changing. So make the best use of, take the help of the gurus, take the help of your teacher, or the one who is by your side always, you depend on. So this will give you those kinds of energies as well. Also, this is looking at your 4th house. So leaving away from your motherland is also indicated. And any problems related to your feet region, bones, that is also going to get a little better. Some relief coming your way for sure. Any kind of repeated attempts to doing things, that is going to actually end. So you're going to be making right kind of, you'll be getting the right kind of decisions and right kind of situations now. For sure, it's a very positive time for you. So for Scorpio natives, this time is little tough because rather you will be able to combat the disease or the decision making that you have been confused about. Now is the time you'll be able to do so properly, because Mars is moving backwards, so it is leaving the 8th house zone. So for Scorpio natives, being the ruler in the Gemini sign, looking at the Virgo sign of Mercury, behaving like Mercury, so it's a very positive thing. So minus minus plus, so this will expand your financials also, because it's looking at the 2nd house also and the 11th. So it's activating the wealth giving houses. So in case you are not able to decide about what is supposed to be done with your financials, resources that you have, so that will also be getting that kind of clarity. That will be giving you that kind of clarity. Maybe somebody from the community you move around in might just come and help you. So make the best use of this time as well. And during this time, you will feel that you are more, you're learning better. Now you have learned your lessons and now you want to move further on. Maybe there is something that you have to learn even more now, self-introspection time. And also this is a good time for travels in case you're planning any kind of journeys. So you can do so as well. But savings on cards, so don't worry about the expenditure part. So you're going to be stopping the expenditures and you're going to be starting to save now. All right. So for Sagittarius natives, okay. So for Sagittarius, this is your 7th house transit and it is moving backwards towards your 6th. So number one, you have to start taking care of your health. 2, your travel plans. In case you are thinking about taking up a long distance journey, so you have to be careful during the retrogrades. And Mars is looking at your 9th house from in reverse when it is moving. So extra cautious you have to be in your travels also. You can be more like maybe you were very assertive. Now you're going to be mellowing down in relationships. You're going to be spending more time with your partner and you're going to be showing the similar kind of interest also. This is a good time for making money out of money. Use the companionship. If are feeling that loneliness, then the partner is going to actually balance things out. This is also the time that you have been feeling very emotionally drained, but now you're going to be, because of the direct Mars, now things are going to be actually moving away from these negatives and things are going to get better. In relationship also with the partner, or if you're single, you will be actually meeting the right kind of or the potential partner also during this time. And in case you are lacking the expression of love, passion, so this might frustrate the partner. So you have to balance things out in case you're working long hours at the place of work. So this is not a good sign. Also, Mars is looking at your 1st house. So you can be very aggressive. Aggressiveness means that you have to put a lot of effort or channelize your energies towards the work that you like doing. Also, it is looking at your 2nd house. Saturn is as it is there. So you might become very indifferent, or there can be that you have complications with your relation, with your religious belief system and your value system also. So this will give you, the target is on your resources, basically. How you use your resources, that is very, very essential. All right. Coming to Capricorn. So for Capricorn natives, this transit is happening in your 6th house and it is in retrogression. So any kind of health issues you were having, any kind of loans, debts, so now you're going to be paying those off. And in case you are having any issues related to your relationship, that is also going to come into limelight. Now you're going to be getting that security and that clarity, whether you want to be in the relationship or not. Mars retrograde doesn't lead to divorces, separation, but it leads to some complications related to the relationships also. So you have to be be on alert. I'm making these videos on time, so you can definitely get to be prepared and do things accordingly. All right. And in 6th house, it said that there will be diseases, but this Mars will be able to combat those diseases. So again, a very positive one for you in case you are having the health issues. All right. Coming to Aquarius. So for Aquarius natives, this transit is happening in your fifth house. And fifth house is the house of children. Fifth house is your expressions, self-expressions also. So this will give you more of a connection with your children now. You have been having a lot of issues or tough time, rather, I would say, with your children. Now you're going to be getting that kind of clarity as to how you can deal with them. Because when you are in anger, you don't get that clarity. So with Mars turning retrograde or children not getting clarity, now they'll be getting that clarity because they're out of that agitation mode. Things are getting better. And also it is looking at your eighth house. So moving away from the homeland is also quite possible. Maybe going for higher studies, higher education is also quite possible. You have been feeling very frustrated from past few days. Now you're going to be feeling that relief as well. Chant Hanuman Chalisa, you will feel much better again. All right. So coming to the next one, that is the last one, Pisces. So for Pisces natives, this transit is happening over your fourth house. Fourth house is the house of property, domestic arrangements, how you're projecting yourself or how you deal with people at the home front. So there are certain opportunities you will be getting to move away from the place where you're living. You will be able to convey things openly with a lot of courage that was missing. So now you're going to be actually dealing with people in a very courageous manner and communicating whatever you're feeling. So maybe there are certain stressful times that you have to go through, because being blunt might lead to complications with your partners, and also it can lead to some health issues as well. So all those things you have to take care when you are thinking about the transit positions. From here, it is looking at your 11th house as well. So this will enhance the growth of financials also. And in case you're feeling that mother's health has not been too good, now is the time when you will be getting that kind of relief as well, because mother is going to be feeling better. All right. So just keep watching all the videos. I hope you have, noted down all the information that I have just imparted. So I'll be sharing with you my insights on the rest of the planets also one by one. I've been a little busy, but I surely will try to upload at the earliest. Stay blessed, everyone. Om Tat Sat.